Haven't done a vlog in a while. I've been pretty busy spraying and whatnot, and Mother Nature just turned on the heat finally, so it's pretty warm out. Right now there is absolutely no wind and it is steamy. Good thing happened this week. Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, that's where the Nebraska Cornhuskers basketball team plays, and we have concerts and what have you, opened up to concerts. And so this whole past week, Disney on Ice was here, and that's a pretty intense load-in. Not one of my favorites at all. Honestly, last time I did Disney on Ice, load in and load out, I said I wouldn't do it again because laying down the ice floor is a complete pain in the ass, to be quite honest. And it kind of sucks if you don't have the right crew. But this year we actually had a really good crew, and everybody kept on task, and we got it done fairly quickly considering we were undermanned, I believe, from what I hear. And no one got hurt, so it's good. And there's a lot of good people out there that are back to work that have been basically not working for a year and a half now. And so that's a very good thing, very good thing. But today I'm going to go out and do some shredding. I have one waterway that's popping up a bunch of weeping willow trees that need to be shred down before they turn into full-on trees and turn into a pain in the butt. But first I gotta get one of the blades on the shredder. Seems to be hung up on something, so I gotta get under there and bang around and see what I can do to free it. Sorry it's been a minute since I've done a vlog. I got a couple of vlog ideas coming down the pipe. It's a balloon festival coming up about 100 miles away or so, maybe a little more, in a couple weeks that I want to go check out. It's one of the nighttime things where you can see the balloons like glowing when they light up. And then there's also a car show here in town that I would like to go check out at the Ice Box where the Lincoln Stars play, which you might remember from before when we were doing ice out in the last couple games. It would appear that the Lincoln Stars have a new owner, so it looks like some good things are on the horizon for them as well. Anyway, I'm gonna pull this tractor out and see if we can figure out why the blade is hung up underneath. Well, give it a couple good whacks, and it seems like it's gonna go ahead and turn. So maybe I'll check the other side just in case. Yeah, I think we're gonna be good. Maybe I'll give it a couple more, just for good measure. Sorry, that's pretty loud as hell. And away we go. You wanna know one of my favorite parts about driving this tractor when I'm not planting is that you don't have to listen to this thing beep at you all the time because it's loud as hell. It's kind of nice to not see any flickering lights on that thing. All these volunteer willows just gotta get out of here, otherwise they're gonna be a huge problem down the road. It's amazing how fast these trees grow when you're not really paying attention. So much for no beeping sounds. See you later, willows. Just spotted one of my favorite parts of summer. And I'm going to take a little second to get me some mulberries. These things are so good. Too bad they can't figure out a way to sell them in the store. In case you can't tell, those are going in my mouth. Just gotta watch for the ones with bird poop on them. Then you get fingers like that. Grandma used to make sour cherry mulberry pie with those. Kind of miss that. All right, back to work. Let's mow these willows and get out of here. That one's full of berries. Makes me want to come over here and pick some, make something out of them. This is a really nice flower you'll find in the ditches around Nebraska. It's called vetch. They used to use it for ground conservation way back when, and it still lives everywhere now. I'm gonna mow this over though. It doesn't hurt it. It'll just like your grass. It'll come back later. But it's a really pretty flower. Earlier this morning, the university was out here. They're doing testing on, I believe, what they call a Gall midge. For the last couple of years, testing this field with all their little markers and plots, measuring different means of action, I would suppose. Usually they're out here doing some work. They must have gone home early today. For those of you who've never seen this, I decided to stop here in this field where I'm mowing, and I'm going to point out kind of how selective the chemicals we use are when we spray. I had a bunch of weeds coming out too far into the field, and I actually planted a little bit too far into them, and so they crossed over. Now I'm trying to clean up a little bit of that mess, but I'm going to flip the camera around here, and you can see the long green rows of beans and the chemical sprayed over it and how it just kills the weeds. This isn't the greatest camera for this, but I think you can see how you get the long green, dark green stripes. That's your beans. And then all this other is the weeds that have been sprayed and are starting to die off.